Hello, Mohawk College, and welcome to Ignite News. I'm your host, Michael Gorham.
And I'm Aaron Vanderweerd. Today, we'll be taking a look at the state of the oil industry and why our gas prices have shrunk so drastically. We'll be speaking with the varsity volleyball coach Matthew Schnarr about the continuing season and how his team is progressing, and just what is National Hug Day.
First, we'll take a look at recent events from around the world. Asteroid 2004 BL86 flew past the Earth, measuring in at over 500 meters. The asteroid was visible to anyone with a small telescope or binoculars if you were in the right position. If placed on the Earth, the asteroid would be taller than the CN Tower. The flight path brought BL86 within 1.2 million kilometers of the Earth, or roughly 3 times as far as the Moon. We won't see such a large object pass until 2027, when 1999 AN0 passes through the solar system. Discovered in 2004, we will not see BL86 for another 200 years.
This last Sunday, the New England Patriots squared off against the Seattle Seahawks in Super Bowl 49. In what was a nail-biter right to the end, the New England Patriots pulled through to win their 4th title since 2002. Patriots quarterback Tom Brady was named Super Bowl MVP for the 3rd time, tying football legend Joe Montana, which begs the question, who is the greatest quarterback of all time? We spoke to Minda Harris, who covered the Super Bowl party last night at the Arnie for all the exciting action.
I'm here outside the Arnie where the 2015 Super Bowl party is about to begin. Students have turned up to watch the Seattle Seahawks battle the New England Patriots to earn their rings at the 49th Super Bowl. And students are making it easy for their friends to tell who they're rooting for.
Obviously the Patriots. Unfortunately, it's just a name I pulled out of a hat, so they better win.
The Patriots. Yeah, all the way.
Seahawks. Patriots.
The Seahawks.
New England. Patriots.
The Patriots.
Seahawks. Headman.
One for the New England Patriots. Out for Boston. Been a fan of them since I was 13 years old. They're going to win. Tom and Bill are going to go for their 4th. They're going to get it, baby. Go, Pats, go!
While this year's Super Bowl has been plagued with controversy since it was discovered that the football at the Patriots qualifying game was slightly deflated, that's not stopping both Seahawk and Patriot fans from enjoying the festivities. The game starts at 6 o'clock, and it should prove to be an exciting evening. Minda Harris, Ignite News, Mohawk.
It's hard to believe the dramatic change in the price of gas over the past few months. Prices are lower than they have been in several years. Canadians around the country are celebrating the lower price point. Looking past the initial savings, however, what does this mean for the average car owner, as well as the Canadian economy? Let's go to Mitchell Derrick to find out just that.
With the price of gas dropping, it's cheaper and cheaper to drive your car. But we have to question, how does this affect our daily lives?
While most people see the dramatic drop in gas prices compared to only a couple months ago as a relief to their wallets, anything good has a downside to it. The fall of oil prices means a loss of revenues for the federal and some provincial governments, estimated between $2 and $3 billion at the current prices. This change in oil prices will most certainly cause issues for the economic growth in Alberta, as many oil producers cut back exploration, production, and investment in the short run. This means a bumpy ride for residents in Alberta in 2015. However, there is a possibility for a silver line. With the fall of oil prices, the Canadian dollar will drop, leading to cheaper exports that will benefit Ontario manufacturing and the Canadian economy. Chief economist with ATB Financial, Todd Hirsch, said that with the dollar trading at 83 cents to the US dollar, that is good news for the Canadian economy right now. However, when all is said and done, one thing is clear. Saving money at the pump doesn't seem as good as it used to. This is Mitchell Derrick with Ignite News.
A large and fearsome storm swirled in over the weekend, dumping large amounts of snow on the GTA. Snow plows were out in force, followed by the city transit. Numerous closures occurred, including Mohawk College. Major cleanup is complete, with minor roads still to follow.
Hackers defaced the website of Malaysia Airlines on Monday, while threatening to dump stolen information and customer data online. The site was down for at least 7 hours, replaced by a message from the Lizard Squad hacker group before it was brought back online. The airline released a statement saying it was a temporary glitch and would not affect passenger bookings or security. Regardless, it has left both employees and travelers alike.
Moving over to sports now, let's take a look at Mohawk College's very own varsity volleyball team. which currently stands at first place. We spoke to veteran head coach Matthew Schnarr about his team's performance. How can we improve and hold on to first place? Let's take a look.
Well into the 2014 and 2015 season, the men's varsity volleyball team has been performing extremely well, with many wins. To get a better look into the Mountaineers' success, we spoke to 9-year veteran head coach Matthew Schnarr, who talked about how the season is going and what is to come.
Our season this year has been going pretty good. We're currently sitting in a first place position with a 10-1 record. We're still trying to find an identity for ourselves. We work and practice to make sure we're doing well. And then my biggest strength as a coach is our tactical planning, and so game plans are very important to me. Preparing my team is this is what their team does. Here's what each player does on the floor, and from there the guys have to use that information to their advantage. Every night's different. You come in with a practice plan and a game plan, and it can always change on the fly if you don't like something. The luxury that we have this year is we're a very deep team, and we have lots of offensive weapons. So our biggest strength is our offense. Our offense is very diverse. I think our biggest weakness right now is our serve receive. Our next home game actually is January 31st at 3 p.m. And then we have three home game matches in February. I think it's the 6th, the 12th, and the 14th. And those are against top 4 opponents as well. So hopefully some students and fans can come out and watch.
The following months look very promising for the men's varsity volleyball team. If you feel like supporting them, come down to a home game here at the David Braley Athletic Center.
New York Yankees have announced that they will meet with third baseman Alex Rodriguez to discuss his role in the biogenesis scandal that resulted in A-Rod's 165-game suspension. Rodriguez's attempts to apologize have fallen on deaf ears. The club told the disgraced slugger, who appears noticeably thinner, that they will see him for spring training.
We all know being a student can be stressful, especially with trying to get back into the swing of things after a long break. Adjusting to a new schedule, new people, and trying to stay on top of things are just some of the few reasons students get stressed out. However, last week you may have noticed a little something that might have helped. For more, we go to Franco Volpini.
Some people say there's an app for that. Others will say there's a holiday for that. Here at Mohawk College, the Social Link is hosting their very first National Hug Day. So what exactly is National Hug Day?
So National Hug Day was started by Kevin Saborny in the USA, and it was launched January 21st, 1986. So this event is to just promote hugging, and it's for de-stress and promoting happiness and all that wonderful stuff.
What inspired the Social Inc. group here at Mohawk College to bring this event to the school?
Well, this is actually the first year I've done this. I actually planned this event with Marco Felvis. I seen a video on YouTube, a social experiment of someone hugging people with a blindfold on. I thought it would be really cool to try to do Hug Day the way the person did it in the video.
Even some of the students seem to benefit from a warm hug.
I think they feel pretty good about it. We've had some pretty positive feedback. There's actually been studies that hugs decrease high blood pressure and also stress hormones. National Hug Day is to just go out and hug people.
The Social Link has said that they will host this National Hug Day again next year on January 21st. So if you're feeling a little down, why don't you stop by for a hug? Maybe that'll brighten your day.
In entertainment news, the critically acclaimed Birdman, starring Michael Keaton, topped the 21st Annual Screen Actors Guild Awards. The picture won Best Ensemble Cast, with Keaton himself winning a Golden Globe for Best Actor earlier in the month. It is even in the running to clean up at the upcoming Academy Awards. The cast included Emma Stone, Edward Norton, and Zach Galifianakis.
Many say that technological advancement is driven by science fiction, and as we step into the 21st century, we see what was once believed to be science fiction becoming science fact. 20 years ago, printing documents in your own home was a rarity. Today, printing 3D models in your own home is just around the corner. For more on how Mohawk is getting involved with 3D printing, here's Lucas Court.
With 3D printing taking center stage, we go to find out more from our expert just inside room E106.
So if we take a look at what 3D printing is, or more specifically the combination of 3D printing and additive manufacturing, we take the digital and we make the physical. Any part that you would conceivably want to require within your job or within your application or within your industry, we could take that electronic information and very easily, quickly produce a physical item from that part. It allows us to do things we can't with conventional machining or casting. So you can't drill a curved hole, but we can very easily print one. Additive gives us the ability then to create new and novel combinations of form and function that we hadn't been able to produce before. Mohawk College in the Additive Manufacturing Resource Center here is at the forefront of that technology. We are the second institution in Canada with a direct metal laser sintering system. And we can take that electronic or that CAD data and now produce a physical example out of metal. So Mohawk is leading that charge, and we're at the forefront of that technology. So when we're looking at what does 3D printing mean from the future, well, there are a couple of scenarios that will play out. There's one school of thought that's presenting the idea that in every home we will have a 3D printer. You'll very easily be able to print out parts or components or things that you need for everyday life. Our focus here as a manufacturing technology leads more in terms of what happens with respect to design, what happens with respect to the supply of new parts and so on. It's a very interesting combination with respect to new forms and functions that additive manufacturing allows us to explore in its ability to create geometry that we can't with conventional processes, combined with the very unique characteristics regarding sustainability.
With 3D printing, the possibilities are limitless. It opens up the door to creativity and brings back the manufacturing progress to the individual. I'm Lucas Court, reporting to you for Mohawk's Broadcasting and Television Communications course.
The CDC has strongly urged U.S. citizens to get the measles vaccinations, as there have been 100 confirmed cases in a recent outbreak. Officials say the cause of the outbreak is a building number of people not getting vaccinated for the virus, which was declared eliminated from the U.S. back in 2000.
A woman in British Columbia became the first person in North America to be diagnosed with the H7N9 bird flu. According to Canadian health officials, the patient contracted the virus while traveling to China earlier this month. The Public Health Agency does not recommend that Canadians travel to particular cities, but urges people to avoid contact with poultry and wet markets that sell live poultry.
Target Canada liquidation sales begin this Thursday that companies stated will be similar to Black Friday. According to sources, the company predicts discount shoppers will rush the doors of this huge sales event. The company expects to be kept busy throughout the sale. Target aims to have court approval on Wednesday.
That's all the time we have this morning, folks. We hope you enjoyed our first edition of Ignite News. Be sure to tune in next week for the latest on school, Hamilton, and world news. I'm Michael Gorham.
And I'm Aaron Vanderweerd. Hoping you have a wonderful morning, Mohawk.